Okay, so just like our last chat on the OnePlus 15, Ben today has brought into work a new thing for me to play with. What are you holding, Ben?
On a Magic V5.
So this is a foldable phone.
Oh, it's a foldable, Carl. We did talk about it, that you might be ready for a foldable now, but actually you're still low-key reluctant.
I'm reluctant. I still, reluctant. I mean, that's partly why I wanted to do this.
You're in that little middle ground.
I mean, I'm able to. I can kindly borrow phones from you because you're my friendly local Android dealer.
You know it, people.
And I've never used a foldable ever.
Yeah.
I'm a big tablet user. Mm-hmm. And obviously I use my phone. Like everyone uses their phone.
Exactly.
Like, right? These things run our lives.
Yep.
And obviously I've been Apple. I've been an iPhone user. So I've had an iPad and an iPhone,
well,
and they've never made one. And so this is, but I always loved the iPad mini.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to cast my mind back to is I still have an iPad mini, but it's so out of date. I barely use it for anything at all. It doesn't get turned on. But I'm wondering will a foldable phone fill that same sort of category for me as an iPad mini? But I don't tend to do any multitasking on my phone, which is the thing that's been sort of making me hesitant about going to it. But is that just because I've never tried a foldable? Well, I don't know.
Let me hand it over to you. This is the Honor Magic V5.
I've also never used an Honor phone at all. And I've been a little bit mean about Honor phones as well, because I'm not normally a fan of the Circle.
But what they've done with this in terms of the build, remember like what they've actually got against the competition for a thin package.
You immediately feel so nervous opening them, don't you?
Right? You're like, oh my gosh, this is like an actual 2-in-1. They've not played. Like they've really, really knocked it out of the park with this one, especially when it comes to like the battery performance, the thinness, the packaging.
It's so thin.
They've really, really stressed about that.
These buttons on here, they just look like razor thin.
Like you can't actually make it any thinner. Look at the USB-C port at the bottom. Like you cannot. You actually cannot. Any thinner, it's like you don't have a phone.
It wouldn't have an edge to
it. So it's literally at the pinnacle of thinness for any type of phone, foldable or not. You know, and that's the convenience. The fact that you're able to have what is effectively a normal smartphone aspect ratio for that outer display, but you open it up like that, bam. And you see that thing of what you're talking about with multitasking. I said this before, you know, when I was using the Fold 7 and I was trying to explain that times when I'm at trade shows and why I love using foldables is I could have a full map of where I'm trying to go. And I've got the WhatsApp message of how I'm trying to communicate with who I need to link up with.
Yeah.
And to kill the time of me walking that 10, 20 minutes, you know, I'm watching a video. And that's the experience of the inner display.
So you would have this open while walking with Google Maps on one side, watching a video on the on the other and a text
WhatsApp,
as well.
And because of that screen
canvas. You live life dangerously, my friend.
You got to. It's a tool, you know. In the right country and environment, it's actually safe. I don't know about London. That's risking it, but
it's a big grabbable target, isn't it? But because that for me is going to be my question mark.
Yeah.
Is two things. One, when it's closed, how enjoyable is it compared to using a normal phone? Because that's what I really need is a normal phone, of course.
More of a consistent normal phone use.
And then when do I open it?
Yep.
What am I doing when I open it that makes me go, I want to open this up now?
I've thrown suggestions at you, but you see, I think what's going to be good for you is your natural discovery. I think you have to also be given room to naturally discover that for yourself. So I could tell you that, hey, this is when you should use it, that's when you should use it. But I think that will take away the organic joy of walking that journey of figuring out how does a foldable fit someone like you? Someone that is a genuine tablet user, a high-end powerhouse tablet user, to say the least. Does that bridge the gap enough from using a normal smartphone when it needs to be and when you need to open it?
Probably won't, because none of the stuff I do on a tablet I can realistically do on this.
Well, you see, walk that journey. You never know. You never know. Who knows? Because like you said, aspect ratio aside, could this give you some of that iPad mini joy back?
Yeah, but what I use an iPad for nowadays, or a tablet, because I'm using a lot of the Android ones that you're kindly lending me.
Yeah, man.
I'm watching shows on them.
Yeah.
But this isn't right. It's square.
That's the thing.
It's the wrong aspect ratio.
Right. So then how does that affect how you're going to be using it?
And that's really thin.
So I think that's what's good for you to walk that journey,
Yeah.
to really give that organic, because someone like me telling you, is it going to land the same as you discovering it?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to be good for you. Because I think that's also your limbo at the minute where you're like,
exactly. I just don't really get it because I've never done it. And
discover it, man.
like art, I can't do here because there's no stylus, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there is a stylus.
There is stylus support. Maybe that's something I can try and get the accessory for to see if that will be, you know. But yeah, they do have stylus support for that one, which is a good USP for Honor. You know that Samsung did take away the S Pen support for the Fold 7, which I am still a bit salty about. But yes, we get there. But obviously, what they've been able to do as well with the packaging, that's got a bigger battery capacity than what you have in most traditional slab phones. 5,820 milliamps. Like what they're doing with this whole silicon carbon tech, I mean, that's the second generation one. Crazy, you know, and it's a triple battery cell that they've got in there. The packaging, the thinness, testing it between all the foldables that I've had. Yeah, Honor really, really come out on top. And of course, you've got the 80 Elite chipset that's in there as well from last year. And then, of course, again, your camera system isn't, naturally because of the packaging, isn't going to be like your traditional slab smartphones, but it's really good for foldable. It's really, really good for foldable. So I think it's also just to walk that line and discover, like, what are the compromises as you're using it?
I mean, it's a big camera bump.
Yeah.
Sort of feels like you should be able to twist that,
thing
doesn't it? It looks like it's got grips on it,
It's like a lens grip and lens ring in itself.
But the overall material feels really nice and
that's
premium.
What
it feels very premium.
Yeah.
It really does.
They've done a really good job on that as well. So, yeah, on a Magic V5, time for you to discover the foldable world, my friend.
Any other big specs I should know about?
Well, you know, the usual stuff is that I think the biggest one is definitely battery and performance. Snapdragon 8 Elite, you know, lots of RAM in there, lots of storage, 512 gigs. The battery for me is the holy grail for what it is and how I tested it, where I did it like, you know, half an hour on the outer display, half an hour on the inner display, really pushing in extreme situations. Dude, this is lasting longer than most normal traditional slab phones, but yet you're powering 2 displays. So that is just, it's nuts for me for that level of continuous screen on time, over 7 hours by a good amount on mobile data with no, so if you always think about scaling it back, dude, that's a foldable, you know, so that within itself. And of course, Honor's Falcon engine for their camera system for photos and videos works really great. And I mean, the joys of using a foldable is that you're able to use the rear cameras as your selfie cameras because you've got the outer display that you can use as your viewfinder.
It's not that much
there you
thinner
go.
than a Pixel in terms of the display. It is a tiny bit. It's not much thinner. And really, I mean, it's the same thickness, isn't it? It's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's got a bigger camera bump. A long way.
But the grippable packaging of you holding it should instinctively, unless you're really looking for it, should instinctively feel like a normal slab phone. That's what they were pushing for there. That's what makes it impressive, you know. And that's been the dream of foldables. So like for me, upwards and onwards, you know, with the next generation ones that will come out maybe tail end of next year, around August, September, which is a country mile away. The improvements to silicon carbon that we're seeing with the newer generation stuff that's coming out is insane, you know, being able to push the camera further. Of course, the rigidity and the build quality, like you said, it feels the money.
I don't notice the seam very much.
At all. Yeah, they were brilliant with that.
You do a little bit on pure black.
But that's super extreme.
I've seen some foldables where even on content there, you know, like someone's face is in the middle and you can clearly see that it's got a seam across their face. And that puts me off massively.
100%.
But I don't think here you would.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. On it, for me, foldable of the year, they've really knocked out the park for this one. Software-wise, of course, you know, you've got to give it to Samsung with how robust One UI is as a complete software experience. We've experienced with their Tab S11 Ultra tablet. You know, I use it a lot on my S25 Ultra. So you can't take that away from them in how good it is, but And if in doubt, that's our
Not
Tab
bad.
S11 Ultra collaboration with you.
He recognises the music.
100%, man. Put a lot of effort into that. It's in 8K. Go subscribe. Go watch our videos. And if you, of course, want to see more of this type of rebuttal-based videos where we sit down, give impressions, and me leaning more into that persona of being your local Android dealer, of course, man, be sure to subscribe, like, share. And this whole new thing about hype, give us some hype points in the comments as well. Get the videos out there. You know, we really want to just be doing more of these ones, quick and easy, but meaningful, back and forth.
I'm curious. We'll do a follow-up video to this.
Yeah, of course.
After I've used it for a little
bit. I need
bit.
a follow-up. I did the same for the Pixel 9 Pro as well. I need the 2 weeks or the 1 month later. Have you survived it?
Have I broken it?
Yeah, absolutely. I need it, man. I need it. So yeah, Carl,
Very cool.
This is the Honor Magic V5. It's yours.
Thank you very
Give it a
much.
run. Let me know what you
Thoughts are
think.
coming.
Thoughts are coming indeed.
If there is anything that any of you want to know, let me know, and I'll try and find an answer, or ask Ben maybe, something like that. But
Definitely,
let me know if there's anything you want me to try on it. And if you do have a foldable phone, what do you use the inside big screen for? Help me out. What do you actually use it for? Because I'm curious. I just feel out of my depth. I really feel out of my depth.
You're in the depth now, mate. Get in it. Get in it.
The screen looks great. The speakers didn't sound as good as the OnePlus 15 that we looked at yesterday, interestingly.
Yeah.
But you know, they sound fine. But yeah, the screen seems really nice and responsive. And I've got to get my head around Honor's operating system.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit different. It's very different to Pixel, isn't it? They just give you everything on this one.
Absolutely. Magic OS 9, definitely slight different iteration. And I think that's just the joys of Android in general, really, when it comes to the different skin operating systems from each brand, whether it's Color OS from Oppo, Oxygen OS from, OnePlus, One UI from Samsung, Magic OS.
But overall, first impressions, incredibly high on the build quality.
Good.
Like, it feels premium. It feels razor thin.
It feels the money.
It does feel the money. It feels like you've spent what you've spent on this phone.
And you need it to.
It really does feel
genuine
like a premium device.
It's a genuine 2-in-1, so it has to. So good job on Honor, man. You smashed out the park with this one.
Cool. Right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
In the next one, guys. Peace.